If you want to learn how to make epic vintage t-shirts with Kittl AI, continue watching this video. Hey everyone, welcome to the video. Today we're going to go ahead and get started making these epic shirts or designs that you could even use for posters, shirts, I mean, you name it, you could use it. And you actually got a quick glimpse of me using Kittl AI really quick. But this is going to be a voiceover edit video. I just took some edits of some clips of me doing this, and this will be sped up. But because it did take a little bit of a while, I'm working on using these designs for my clothing line that I'm going to be releasing. Obviously, you know, you guys are not my target customer for the clothing line. It's for a different side business that I'm doing. But I figured I'd share this because I'm going to be using Kittl AI to give myself some, some boosts within it. Now, if you guys want to go ahead and grab Kittl AI and or try it, Kittl AI is actually giving people who sign up through this link a free 100 credits. Using their built-in AI software. And guys, I've been talking about this before, but AI is literally taking over not just print on demand, but a whole lot of different spaces in general. And I'll kind of walk you guys through how I'm designing this and what my goal was to go through with this. But the fact that Kittl AI is offering people a free built-in AI tool within their Kittl account is a really big bonus. And you could see here I was using it as we speak. To create different elements, these smaller elements that I'm adding into my work here, okay? Now, the first thing that I want to go ahead and say is that on the screen, I had a pre-made graphic, okay, that was this godlike Thor type image, okay? And from that image, I essentially wanted to black out the background so I can remove the background elements to it. And the reason why I did that is because when I started creating certain elements like thunderbolts or something like that within Kittl AI, I decided to take action, and I wanted the thunderbolt to have this almost like background kind of effect, as you could probably see how the image came out since I showed it in the beginning of the video. Now, what I also did was I started playing around with the different elements that were being created through Kittl AI. So if you head over to Kittl AI, you just click the little AI button on the left-hand side. As you guys could see in the video, I'm doing it. When you click on it, it says Kittl AI at the top. It shows how many credits you have, and then you type in what you want it to produce. Now, it took me a minute to look at the documentation, which I'll also have a link in the description if you guys need to learn how to use it, because obviously every tool is just very, very slightly different. But the way that I was getting into it was I wanted, because of this design style, I wanted to have thunderbolts. And these thunderbolts, you could see with the way they came out, they have different looks to them. And something also that Kittl has, which is separate from the AI, but it is AI powered, is the ability to remove backgrounds. So Kittl has an AI background remover. And so what I did was I went with the vector silhouette style within their selectors. If you look at the AI section, you have certain presets or models or themes that you can kind of create the art in. They're referred to as styles, image styles. And what I did was I selected like the silhouette style. Okay, it's in the vector section. And I gave it just the details of like a star or a lightning bolt. And what I would do was I would remove the backgrounds. So as I'm slowly removing elements of the background and as I increase the intensity of what I'm removing, there has this vintage kind of effect to it. And with this, I just felt like this would be unique. I haven't really seen too many people do something like this. And so I figured, why don't I give this a shot? And so I didn't have like a predetermined idea in my brain as how I wanted this to go, but I wanted the main character type image in the middle, and I wanted accents around the image with different colors. And you could see here that light colored pink kind of brought that out. And I also did this style with another image as well. You guys will get to see that soon. But as I was working on this and as I was working into it, what you will see in the work is that I'm creating these little AI elements to add around as little graphics to the actual poster or the shirt kind of design. So small little pieces of lightning bolts, and then I slowly decrease the intensity of the background removed. You could actually see that with the star that I was making. And I just, like I said, I take that intensity, I select the background color element, and then I increase the intensity and remove that background. And it does look a little faded, which is good, which is what I'm looking for, like a vintage grunge kind of feature. And then you'll see at the later portions of this design, I added some grunge to it, which is an element, within Kittl, okay, that you can add, because Kittl has those kind of little elements created for you. And when I created this, it wasn't like I saw a template of this somewhere. I just figured, let me go ahead and kind of create my own version of it. And me adding the little grunge on top, if I was to sell this as a poster, would come out a little bit more, I guess you could say, appealing than if it was on a t-shirt. If it was on a t-shirt, I probably wouldn't add the grunge to it, because I do want it to look as clear as possible. And you could see, I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but it looks very decent. And I was moving around the different elements. And at this point, I was working into creating a different graphic. So I created one for Thor, and I created one for Aristotle. And I had different color styles that I wanted for each one. And you can see here I was playing around with the different characters that I had created earlier. Testing to see how, the different styles. And I came across this one character that you guys will see in just a little bit here with this yellow bluish color style to it. And I thought a great way to add to the font would be a blue colored font, which, like I said, you guys will see in just a minute here. But you could see I'm removing the elements. I'm trying different photos very slowly, and I'm adding to it by switching up colors and switching up elements in it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But as I work on this, my mindset here is keeping the same style. If I want to create a clothing line, for example, with all these different elements, the AI within Kittl, Kittl's different functions and tools, I could do that, but it's just a matter of me maintaining the style throughout the clothing line, okay? Because I want things all to fit when people come to the website, make it look like it makes sense. Now, something that I didn't mention as well, and I've spoken about this slightly before, but if you're not going to put this on clothing and you don't want to handle that extra customer service, that work, that effort, you can always take images like this, produce them, make them very different, and then sell them to people as images, as digital files, and those people will use them for their own purposes. And there's different ways you could do it. My biggest recommendation on that is just creating your own website, and I've done a whole episode before on how to create your own gallery of art. And you can create art that is custom made, and you can positioning is very important. You'll be able to position your brand in a way that serves a specific audience. So if I was to create a brand where I'm creating digital files, kind of like the ones you're seeing here, for people who are specifically t-shirt or clothing line owners, right, and they can use these designs for their clothing line, then the whole point of that is positioning. I would have to learn how to position the brand properly. And in that element, when I position the brand, I would have to target certain groups of people, whether it be through my blogs, through organic resources, or even through paid resources and paid methods, to target people who are looking for a service where they can not necessarily have to go out there and create the art, but have it created for them. And even though AI art still exists and all these things still exist, there is still a service needed for these kind of things. And if you use Kittl for that, it will help you throughout the process, whether it be through their AI art or whether it be through other elements in the job when you're creating your art throughout this whole entire process. Because the more you can add to your work, right, that finished product, the better it will become. And that's essentially why I was using Kittl AI's elements to be able to add them to my design. If you notice, they were never the focal point of the work, but they were the secondary or tertiary elements that added more flavor, more pizzazz, more style to that specific composition. Okay, now the question is, can you use Kittl AI platform commercially? You absolutely can. It's just a matter of applying it to the art the way you want to. Okay, now when you use or you produce an image with Kittl AI art, the function within it, the Kittl AI, the image that is created will automatically save to your upload section. So you don't have to worry about, what if I'm going to lose it? What if whatever? No, it's saved in your upload section. So you don't have to worry about that. And that's by default. Okay. So that's a little FYI. You can use that same AI art production that you created now, and you can use it later. Okay. So that's important as well. With everything that you're doing when it comes down to producing artwork with this kind of stuff, and I'm talking about this as I'm voicing over, don't be afraid to step out of your creative bounds. Kittl has given you the opportunity not only to learn from other designs that have been created, right, because you have the elements function within Kittl to learn and see how things work, but you also have the AI, like I said, to use it and just try to create something new. It doesn't have to always be your style, and try to use elements that you've never used before, creating different things, doing different things that you're not maybe necessarily used to, and finding ways to put them into your work. All right. Now, once again, if you guys want to go ahead and try this Kittl AI art kind of thing in your business, you're going to get 100 credits. Okay. You're going to get 100 credits. Just use the link in the description and go ahead and give it a shot. I think it's overall pretty cool, and you'll see when you get to the Kittl AI art landing page, when you click the link in the description, there are certain times where you could just create an image and use that as the main focal point of the image, or of the design, right? So you'll see on the page, if you have for example, if you want to create a wolf, you can go over to the image style, select the style that you like, whatever style that might be, and then you get to actually go ahead and type in the characteristics of the wolf. So you could type in wolf, comma, intricate detail, comma, whatever, and then what that will do for you is it will produce you a design like that. And once again, don't be stuck to a certain concept. Remember, AI is very unpredictable what it can create. So if it creates something that's you weren't picturing, that doesn't mean it's a bad piece of art. It's a good piece of art. You just have to figure out how to use it properly and apply it in different circumstances. All right, guys? So that's all I got to say for now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below, and enjoy the rest of this work here, all right? I'll see you soon. Peace out. Bye.